We built it, we paid for it.
And we're taking it back.
Panamá es de los panameños. No seremos una estrella más ni una barra más de la bandera de los Estados Unidos.
When the U.S. government was here, everything was clean, everything was under control.
Pero si van a venir a hacer las cosas a la fuerza, ya sería como que un robo.
No seremos una estrella más ni una barra más de la bandera de los Estados Unidos.
If you had the option to annex Panama into the United States, would you join the United States?
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Really?
In 1904, the United States spent the equivalent of $15 billion, 10 years, and over 5,000 workers' lives to build the Panama Canal, dramatically reducing the time, distance, and cost for ships to travel between the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean, revolutionizing global trade. But in 1977, President Carter signed a treaty giving control of the canal to Panama in 1999 in exchange for assuring the permanent neutrality of the canal, while also granting the United States the perpetual right to defend the canal from any threats that may interfere with its neutrality. And almost 50 years since this treaty was signed, Trump has recently said that
China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama.
Donald Trump.
Crazy?
Yeah, crazy.
But is China actually controlling the Panama Canal? And how exactly does Trump plan to take back the canal?
Can you assure the world that as you try to get control of these areas, you are not going to use military or economic coercion?
No.
I pulled up to Panama to see what Panamanians think about the US of A taking back control of the canal.
Behind me, we have the Mirador de las Americas. In front of me, we have the Port of Balboa and bridges that have been outsourced to a Chinese company to build, from my understanding, as part of the Belt and Road Initiative. 150 years of Chinese presence in Panama. They came here to build the Panama Railroad, and they stayed.
It's a monument for the presence of the Chinese in our country. More than 150 years to living here in Panama.
¿Qué es tu opinión de presidente Trump? Quiere Canal y menciona China influencia en la Canal.
No, eso es falso.
It has presence in Honduras, in Nicaragua. You can see it here in Panama. ¿Verdad?
Panamá es de los panameños. No seremos una estrella más ni una barra más de la bandera de los Estados Unidos. Que lastimosamente tenemos un presidente con un ego muy arrogante que cree que las Américas es para ellos. Norteamérica es la que él puede dominar allá. América es para los americanos. Norteamérica allá. Trump, quédate allá. No te metas en nuestro país, porque nuestro país es nuestro y lo defenderemos por siempre.
I think they owe us. Plus, if we have control of it, then nobody else is going to be. Because if the Chinese take it, they will never ever give it up again. I mean, they will kill people to keep it. We've got a lot of history with Panama, of course, and I think we've helped them out in the past. So,
¿Qué es tu opinión de Trump quiere la Canal de Panamá?
Me gusta.
¿Por qué?
Mucho. Bueno, porque soy americano, vivo en Estados Unidos y creo que va a ser un acto que va a darle más progreso a Panamá.
Okay.
I was here last year and I was asking some locals about it, and they said that the Chinese were trying to take total control of it, but the Panama government has been limiting their access or their control, which I don't know if that comes from a local. So,
But I would say that his aspirations, I think, would benefit both Panama and the United States. Because I know there's a lot of critics, especially media, saying that, they'll demonize him for every small thing he does. But if you actually take time to sit down, listen to what he says, it'll actually benefit me as an American and Panama as an ally of the United States. So the thing is that we should remain strong as a country.
Americans died building the canal. Carter had no reason, or well, maybe he did have a reason, but no excuse to sell it back to him. Alex Jones has been right about everything.
After seeing this monument commemorating 150 years of the Chinese in Panama, I pulled up to the Panama Canal Visitor Center to see who they thought should own the canal.
What are your thoughts on the United States wanting to take back the canal?
Oh, I have to go.
Give me your honest thoughts. One word.
Crazy.
What are your thoughts on Donald Trump?
Oh, crazy.
¿Qué es tu opinión de Trump quiere la Canal de Panamá? ¿Bien? ¿Bueno o mal?
Malo.
Malo. ¿Por qué?
Porque pierde la soberanía Panamá.
What are your thoughts on Trump wanting the canal back? Any thoughts? ¿Puedo entrevistarte tu opinión de Trump quiere la Canal de Panamá? Muy mal, muy bueno, muy disrespectivo. Ay.
He's full.
He's a fool?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you from?
China?
What relationship does China have in the Panama Canal, if anything?
Very good.
Good?
Yeah, very good.
Economic?
Yeah.
La influencia de China tiene 150 años aquí en Panamá.
Sí.
Aquí hay muchas comunidades, mucha influencia de todos los países.
¿Qué es tu opinión de los Estados Unidos y Trump generalmente? ¿Bien o mal? ¿O más o
De
menos?
Trump es malo.
Okay.
La gente de Estados Unidos es muy buena.
Okay.
Panamá es un buen país, solo necesitamos una buena administración correcta para mayor oportunidades para los panameños.
But the Donald Trump is full.
Crazy?
Yeah, crazy.
What are your thoughts on Xi Jinping?
Oh.
I don't care. I'm not it's politics. I don't care. Yeah.
Mira, sinceramente, él no lo va a tomar porque sería muy malo para Panamá, pero si él quiere lo puede tomar, ¿no? Simplemente no lo quiere por la situación que tiene China al principio y al final del canal.
Comprendo.
Pero no creo que lo vaya a tomar, sinceramente.
What relationship do you think China has in Panama? Economic, political? Political? In what respect? Like Belt and Road Initiative?
That's going to be big issues for them.
For Americans?
No, China.
Where are you guys from?
From New York.
Do you think the United States should take it back?
They should.
They should?
Panama, we don't have an army. We will have to accept what they say because we can not do anything. But he don't have any right
To take it back?
to take it back or ask for whatever he wants.
I see.
There are two sides in Panama. People who think that Panama Canal doesn't give any benefit to the population, and there is another, like the patriotism. They are like, oh, Panama is for the Panamanians, and he cannot come here and say whatever he's saying. I'm in the middle, honestly.
Comprendo.
I'm a truly believer that the Panama Canal is not giving the expectation is not being met right
So
now.
the average person in Panama doesn't receive anything from the wealth made from the Panama Canal?
Yeah, that's correct.
Porque ahí los beneficiados son altos, pueblo no.
Posible por las personas de los Estados Unidos que reclama la Canal de Panamá porque sus efforts durante la construcción.
Aquellos quieran reclamarlo ahora, no es posible. Ya hay algo escrito, ya hay un tratado ya firmado por el presidente Jimmy Carter en su tiempo, con el presidente de acá que era Omar Torrijos, y ya eso ya está escrito. Ahí no se puede pelear. Que él quiera decir son locos, es locuras crazy.
Okay.
Si hay influencia política de China en Panamá. Ellos son dueños del puerto que está en el Atlántico y del puerto que está acá en el Pacífico. No controlan el canal de Panamá en sí, pero sí tienen control de la entrada y salida del canal.
Okay.
Y yo supongo que eso es lo que más le molesta a Trump.
Okay, interesting. So he basically said there's not a standing military here. They would be able to do nothing if the U.S. in fact wanted to come here and take it.
After leaving the Canal Visitor Center, I happened to stumble upon this Chinese-Panamanian Friendship Park.
Let's go take a look ourselves, see what the f that even means. While Trump wants to take back control of the Panama Canal and buy Greenland, real quick, have you ever slipped, fallen, and broken your neck while working as a cameraman for a YouTuber in Greenland? Or have you gotten in a car accident that wasn't your fault? Well, your injury could be worth millions, but insurance companies often lowball their clients. If you become Morgan & Morgan's clients, they'll fight to get you the compensation that you deserve. Fighting big companies takes a big law firm, and as America's largest injury law firm, they're ready to take on companies of every size. And Morgan & Morgan is so simple, you can submit a claim and communicate with your legal team all through your smartphone. All law firms are not the same, and Morgan & Morgan is the biggest for a reason. They've won a lot. They achieved significant verdicts in the past couple of months for victims involved in life-altering car crashes, such as $12 million in Florida, 34 times the highest insurance offer. And you don't have to pay them anything unless you win your case. So you can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at www.forthepeople.com/Tyler Oliveira by clicking the link in the description or scanning the QR code here on your phone. Thanks, Morgan & Morgan. Back to Panama. I saw this on the map. We had to check it out. It symbolizes the friendship between China and Panama. Perhaps a symbol of what Trump himself is afraid of, with the Chinese ports being owned by Hong Kong entrepreneur families on each side of the port itself. I mean, this is Chinese architecture, and this could just be as simple as a park, nothing more to say beyond it. So I'm reading too deeply into this, but I do want to see what these statues are. If it's Xi Jinping, I will be truly intrigued. So we have the founder of Panama right here to the right. We have Dr. Sun Yat-sen, the founder of the Republic of China. So this is pretty interesting. I don't quite know what to make of this, and perhaps it is a nothing burger that I'm giving too much attention. The Chinese Panamanian Friendship Park was inaugurated in September 1997 by the Home Mr. President of the Republic of China. Interesting. Okay, well, just a park. Just a park, right?
While there clearly is Chinese presence here in Panama dating all the way back to the importation of labor to build the Panama Railroad, the question is, does China control the canal? More specifically, the company that operates the ports on both ends of the canal, Hutchison Port Holdings, is a subsidiary of the Hong Kong-based CK Hutchison Holdings, which has extensive operations in mainland China, implying regulatory compliance and potentially aligning with certain political expectations with the CCP. But Panama has emphasized that these Chinese-owned ports only handle cargo, while the Panama Canal Authority that they control decides the actual passage of ships through the canal. Alternatively, America's new Secretary of State thinks this.
It is a very legitimate issue, but I'm compelled to suspect that an argument could be made that the terms under which that canal were turned over have been violated because, in reality, a foreign power today possesses, through their companies, which we know are not independent, the ability to turn the canal into a choke point in a moment of conflict, and that is a direct threat to the national interest and security of the United States.
How much control does China actually have over the Panama Canal right now?
You know, the Panama Canal is a strategic point in the whole world, so they try to control it.
¿Opinión de China y su influencia en Panamá o no influencia en Panamá?
Bueno, la verdad que ¿qué le digo? Pues yo tengo poco acá, pero sí me doy cuenta de que sí hay mucha presencia de comercio, sobre todo en ellos. Es lo que te puedo decir, pues que he logrado, pues a ver.
I think they need to negotiate and find out what the issue is, and I need to be clear on whether the issue is real or not.
Like the Chinese influence?
If the Chinese influence is there, it could be a problem.
Okay.
I mean, the treaty, I think, says that they have to maintain neutrality, and so that would possibly be a, what's the word I'm looking for?
China no tiene influencia aquí en lo que es el canal, solamente que China en su momento, en un gobierno pasado, mantuvo bastante relación con lo que es el expresidente Juan Carlos Varela.
Okay.
Y parece como que Trump es como que está receloso porque China tiene como que no relación, sino como que ciertas amistad, pues.
Alguien, un panameño me dijo que tiene derecho, que tiene una cláusula, que si hay un peligro, y me parece que los dos puertos lo manejen los chinos es un peligro.
Okay.
O sea
¿Qué es tu opinión de China?
Mala.
Mala. ¿Y los Estados Unidos?
Buena.
¿Bueno?
Sí.
¿Por qué?
Bueno, porque creo que es un país con libertad, es un país capitalista.
Tomando atribuciones que no le competen, porque esta es tierra panameña, no es de él.
¿Qué es tu opinión de China en Panamá?
Bueno, casi todo el mercado, lo que es en alimenticio y mucha en tecnología, pertenecen a los chinos aquí. Simplemente son inversionistas. Si él lo quiere ver de otra manera, ese es el problema de él.
¿Qué es tu opinión de los Estados Unidos y presidente Trump después sus palabras?
Son demasiado retantes para un pueblo tan pequeño como Panamá.
Okay.
Porque él piensa que por tener tanto armamento que tienen bajo el control americano, puede hacer lo que quiera en cualquier país, no puede.
Okay.
Lastimosamente, el pobre como yo no recibe un beneficio de ahí.
Okay.
Son los cocotes, los grandes, los que reciben, no nosotros.
Okay.
When the U.S. government was here, everything was clean, everything was under control, everything was really, you know, people used to be good, right? Because I don't know if they were scared or they just feel the presence of United States here.
No se vende, no se alquila, no se regala y como te lo digo, si van a venir a hacer las cosas a la fuerza, ya sería como que un robo.
Creo que el canal es soberano, el canal no es solo de Panamá, es de todos y me parece mal que quiera solamente él a poder hacer el canal.
Okay.
Cuando se beneficia el mundo entero del canal.
Que el canal es de los panameños y que ellos son los que tienen la soberanía sobre el canal y pues Estados Unidos no tiene nada que...
Okay.
Sobre el trayecto y lo que tengan que, digamos que lo que transita en el canal es completamente de los de Panamá.
Claro.
Que pues quiera tener una jurisdicción entendible, pero pues siento que él quiere acoger más de lo que puede obtener.
Okay. As a Panamanian, would you be okay with being annexed into the United States of America if that gave you freedom of mobility, more...
Heck yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
I don't know. I think the economy would be great.
Bueno, que nuestro canal de Panamá representa a nosotros, gracias a nosotros es que nuestro canal está bien cuidado y gracias a los de Estados Unidos también.
Ok. ¿Es posible que comprar la Canal de Panamá?
No creo.
I think in a way it's good because he's going to streamline all the trade with China, and he's going to have a better control on the situation of trade between all the monopoly countries coming into the U.S. and flooding the markets.
Okay.
So in that way, there is a good perspective, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Do you think there's Chinese influence here in the Panama Canal?
There's Chinese influence everywhere because of trade, because of the fact that they do things in a different way. There is Chinese influence everywhere.
Do you think China and the U.S. check and balance one another, or is this something that might escalate to World War III?
China has always got a trade surplus, and the U.S. wants to curb that. I mean, the U.S. Economy depends a lot on China, and Trump wants to reduce that monopoly because they don't have a fair exchange. They don't buy that much of U.S. goods or foreign goods, but they want to sell more to the rest of the world and buy less of the world's products. So of course there's an unfair trade going on, and there's always an unfair trade balance. So there's always like a deficit in the foreign balance. So I think Trump he has a good vision of things, but it's going to be very hard for him to implement.
Prefer the United States to take it because
you prefer the U.S. to take it?
Yeah. I mean, sorry, my bad.
Tell me why. No, there's no correct answer. I'm just curious. Yeah.
My bad. Because they administrate the Panama Canal.
So yeah, why do you want the U.S. to take the canal? Yeah.
More secure.
Okay.
By the U.S. Army, it will be secure. We will be secure for sure. They're going to hire people from Panama to, train them. To be honest, like the government here in Panama is not doing well. To be honest, it's been too many years of corruption.
Real quick,
I'd be like, go on down the road, you fuck.
if you want to support our boots on the ground independent journalism that is not bought and paid for by corporate interests, along with exclusive DLC content that YouTube won't let me upload, and uncensored early access to all my videos before they go up on YouTube, go subscribe at patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for less than $5 a month.
I will tell you one thing that probably will be crushing the media, but the canal needs to jump into a cryptocurrency way of doing things.
Canal coin?
Yeah, the canal coin. And we can create the token canal. The token canal with a cryptocurrency because it's making a lot of treatment there.
That's not the question he asked you. What do you think about
He wants a Panama Canal coin.
What do you think about Donald Trump and the canal? That was the question. You like how he flipped it? He's a diplomat.
If you had the option to annex Panama into the United States, would you join the United States?
Hell yeah.
Is there Chinese influence in the canal?
It's a question.
To what extent?
Well,
straight answer.
I mean, Chinese are impacting around the world, right? I mean, it's a fact
Everywhere.
of life.
Yeah.
Chinese are looking to penetrate any space in the world. And they did, but we need to be careful.
I think that Trump is crazy and that the Panamanian people are very strong people and very intelligent, and I think they will handle it very well.
Okay. Do you think Panama is entitled to the canal despite them not initially building it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why?
Most Americans.
Okay. Why?
Why? Because it's in there. It's in Panama, and it was officially given to Panama under the Carter administration.
Do you think he is taking an American first approach?
I think he's taking a Trump first approach.
Okay.
It's all about Trump.
So do you think there are national security interests in the U.S. controlling the canal in some capacity, or visibly perturbed? Explain.
No.
No?
No, I think he's just pandering to a very base population in the United States.
That I personally know, and I've lived here for 20 years, are anti-Trump.
Are they anti the United States?
No, and he is ruining that.
I think it is a legitimate concern that the Chinese have too much influence over the canal, but I think that can be dealt with without the canal passing to American control.
Will the Panama Canal come back home to the United States? And is Trump gonna buy Greenland next?